Hello, good evening, and good welcome to Xbox Tavern's Xbox Tavern episode 141st. I'm Jamie, and this week, for a change, we've got MPV Graham with us. MPV Graham, come on in.
Good, hello.
Welcome. So it's me and you. We're going to talk about video games, but we've also got Millie Man Ian. Sorry, 1.6 Millie Man Ian?
No, it's 1.5 and we're tired, remember?
What? How long's it been, Graham? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Yeah.
He said, I'm nearly at 1.6.
No, I've been playing too much of a game that I want to talk about.
Well, we'll talk about that very shortly, I imagine. But let's also bring in Scottish Gruff Ross. Scottish Gruff. Come in.
Hello, chaps.
Rapid fire introduction today. How is everybody? Are we all well?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
Super.
Are we ready to talk about video games? Maybe a smidgen of wrestling, and more video games on this lovely Sunday evening, 8 p.m.
Ish.
No longer a
Solo Wish this week, Ray.
Yeah.
Solo Wish. Right, gentlemen.
Party-ish.
That was a very hearty-ish. I do enjoy it.
I said party, but never mind.
Oh, well, let's have a party hearty-ish. Let's get into video games, shall we? There's not a tremendous amount of news this week. What with it being the only Black Friday, I'm sure we'll talk about some various deals and things we might have picked up or not picked up. But let's kick things off. Should we kick off with Guess the Game? Are we ready? Let's go with it before we. I'm just trying to put off the bashing that's going to be given to one of my favourite games of the year. So let's start with Guess the Game. Guess.game, if you're not familiar, is a website where you can go and do Wordle for video games, 6 pictures, and each get easier. They gradually got clues and stuff as well, and you have to guess the game, I guess. You'll be very pleased to know that I didn't do it today, gentlemen. I remembered once again, even without prompting me, without Ian prompting me. So let's get in. And
It looks like shit.
instantly, no idea.
That's like PUBG style trees.
That's not a bad shout, but it's not quite PUBG, I don't think. Oh,
I think
actually.
it might be a little bit older than PUBG by the looks of it, I would say.
Maybe a little bit. It does look very blocky.
Yeah. Any suggestions there, Ian? You're very quiet.
PUBG isn't a terrible
He's
shout, to be fair.
So, yeah, I've no idea.
I mean, I've got no better
I
guess.
think lots of green, maybe Monster Hunter. There's lots of green. I wouldn't think with PUBG they've already had that before.
There is lots of green.
Have we?
We've had PUBG.
I do believe we've had
Yeah, I
PUBG.
think it's one of the
It
first
has
ones.
been one of the options, but I'm not entirely convinced as well.
We'll just roll that back a bit then.
Games. See, I'm thinking more like PS2 era, just looking at the state of the trees there. But then I also can't think of a PS2 game that would fit the bill.
Shenmue? That's quite... Oh.
If it's Shenmue, I'll be very upset, but I'm pretty sure it's not Shenmue.
Are you sure?
We can guess it
What
though.
about
We
like
can go for
an
it.
older Elder Scrolls one, like Daggerfall or Morrowind or something? I think they've been on there.
Yeah,
at some point.
Morrowind's not a bad shout. Could be.
We'll go Morrowind then, because we haven't had Morrowind.
No.
It's 9.
That is an interesting 62% Metacritic.
So it's shit.
So it's definitely Shenmue then.
Oh,
Absolutely not shit.
it's the way he's attacking that thing. It's not like the second Altered Beast that was on the PlayStation.
Don't remind me of Altered Beast. I mean,
You
again,
think
I've got no better.
You think that one was shit? I'm on about that secondary thing they made on the bloody.
Guardian of the Realms?
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, I do remember there being like a PS2/Xbox version, and it was dog shit. But I never played it. Go for it.
No.
9.
Original
Ooh, that
platform
looks familiar.
Windows.
Oh,
Windows, old school then.
The way the names are above the head looks very familiar.
could we be looking at, like you said, like Daggerfall and that? Like, or was it Arena, Daggerfall?
Looks
and
like
then
the
Morrowind,
MMO,
didn't
doesn't it?
Although,
Buy medals.
did we not
Buy
just guess?
medals 6K. Why does that ring a bell?
Looks very MMO style, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, if
That
that's
rules
the
me
case,
out.
well out my wheelhouse here.
What
What did we have the other day? Ultima Online, wasn't it? So what was some of the others you were throwing out?
But buy medals. That's like not like an old a Diablo maybe.
No, that's too green for Diablo.
Oh, okay. Well, Try. Is it called Dungeon Siege? It could be Dungeon Siege.
I mean, I've got nothing, so go for it.
Yeah, likewise. Well out of
Yeah,
well
try
out of
one of
touch
those.
here.
Is it yellow or is it just normal?
Ah. Okay, I've definitely picked that. The 3 bars as well. Like one's like the stamina one on the.
So it'd be what?
Is
Stamina,
that
health, and mana.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything like that, though.
Did we have a release year? I don't think we have. We?
Not yet, though, but it looks very old
It's
school.
not like RuneScape and stuff. Hasn't
No,
that been
it's
on
definitely not RuneScape. Definitely not RuneScape. But it's similar, that kind of similar
there?
era.
It is that kind of vein. There was an
we-
Ultima online as well, but I mean, it can't be that. Surely we had.
Oh, we had Ultima Online. That was one you guessed the other week, wasn't it?
This can't be a Final Fantasy
mean-
one, can it? Like the shitty Final Fantasy 11 or whatever. I don't think that had stamina.
It could be 11, but I mean,
Well, I don't
again,
think it had
well out of my
stamina.
wheelhouse.
No, I don't remember shitty dogs being. And 68% for Final Fantasy, no chance. I'll get 80 plus for the name alone.
Well, for 11 though, for the online one. I don't remember that being. I know
that was
it's
critically
popular,
acclaimed.
Two
wasn't it?
Worlds? 2 Worlds? Wasn't that MMO?
that's no. 2 Worlds was just a single player RPG, wasn't it?
No,
Well,
you could play it
Play in
online.
co-op. You could
Yeah.
play co-op, yeah, but it wasn't an MMO.
I think it was. Well,
Not a massively multiplayer game. Like I said, you play in co-op with your black boxes. Not.
well, I'm running low on ideas, Jay.
There was Terrier.
I mean, by all means, try it. I've got no idea, but I don't think it's 2 Worlds.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping the next picture gives me some kind of indication because it's the. I mean, I play a lot of RPGs, but not so many multiplayer online ones, MMO ones. It's not like World of Warcraft, like it's kind of
100%
style.
not World of Warcraft.
I know it's not, but it's very in that vein.
Yeah.
Oh, God. 2004. That's before WoW days. WoW was 2007.
What? Oh, that wasn't an MMORPG though. I don't think there
What are you
was like a Baldur's Gate online one. I don't think there was a Baldur's Gate online.
No. 2004. Oh, sorry, yawning. So, 2004. No, WoW did come out in 2004.
Because that reminds me of Dark Alliance, but that wasn't an MMORPG. Because I think I remember selling medals on that, on the Baldur's Gate one. That does ring a bell. Can you try Dark Alliance just to see if it's in the Baldur's Gate? Because it makes sense now that Baldur's Gate is currently in popular.
Indeed.
No.
NC
NC Soft Corporation.
I feel like that should make it easier, but I'm drawing a complete blank here.
No, that doesn't look familiar at all from like that.
Guild Wars or something. Guild Wars, is that?
Could be Guild Wars, but the Guild Wars should be higher than 64%. It's got to be a shit one.
And they didn't make them.
What was it? Black v White as well. I'm trying to think something that was.
No idea. I can't even think of an NC Soft game. I don't even know if Guild Wars is one, but.
Well,
the only ones I know NCSoft made, it was Guild Wars, but it's definitely not Guild Wars, and Lineage was the other one.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what Lineage is. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Try one of them, Jay.
Yeah. Well, so it's Ross. Ross has the power. Feel free, Ross, whichever one you prefer. Lineage 2. Oh, nicely jobbed, Ian. Close.
That's the thing. I would never got it though. Maybe one more guess, I might have got it, but obviously.
Well, it would have given us a yellow.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I wouldn't have got it from anything other than the NC Soft. Because obviously they made Guild Wars, but before Guild Wars, it was Lineage.
It just goes to show how much alike they bloody are. For the fact,
Yeah,
I felt like I played it. I don't think I've ever played that one.
Lots of hats, lots of merchant stores, and lots of gold bars. And
that's what I mean.
But I think obviously they made Guild Wars from that, and Guild Wars was what took them off big time because they changed the whole game, and that made it much better.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think it could be Guild Wars. I swear that was higher than 64% alpha.
Oh, Guild Wars was ridiculous. Guild was like 90 something, wasn't it?
Well,
No idea. I just know the name.
Well, the second one at least. Second one made fucking loads of money.
yeah.
Never played that.
Was new release. That was like 2011, 12 ish.
Ish. So that was the guest game for Sunday, November.
That's the first one we failed.
2023. First one we failed on the show between the four of us. If only special guest Pete was here, he might have been able to pull that out of the bag. Maybe next week. But so again, go to guess.game. You can play along. You can join our Discord down below, and you can play along with us each and every day. We do it as well. Oh God. Oh, come on then. Let's get some Pokedoki out of the way.
I feel like we need a win.
You go for it.
We need a win.
Come on, Jay. You know some at least.
Charizard.
Right, me and Ian, we got to fly through this.
Are we?
I don't know. I've not played it for today. I know this one. There is only one of them. Oh, there's not. I thought there was only one. Oh.
No. Wow, you've learned something new today, Graham. Are you pleased?
Right, Jay, Kanto. Come on, think back to your memories. Kanto.
I don't even know what Kanto is. What's Kanto?
The first one.
First day you ever seen Ash Ketchum.
Who?
Think of a
Don't say you don't know who Ash Ketchum is.
Think of a ground type from the OG days.
No idea.
Diglett?
No idea. Diglett?
Diglett. We'll go Diglett.
Is it what's on it? Is he a rock type? No. Stone type? Hardcore type? I don't know.
We've got Diglett. There we go. Nice. Right.
Well done.
A Kanto Pokemon that was evolved by a stone. He is quite a big part of the whole story of every Pokemon series.
I was going to go like Clefairy.
I could have given you Clefairy, yep.
By the Moonstone, whatever it was.
So evolved by the stone, you need to give the post-evolution of it. So
the Fable then.
Oh, I thought Clefairy was the one before.
Yeah, it's post.
Oh, what it was afterwards, right? Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Do we have a fairy type from Kanto?
I don't know. There must be for it to be there, but I don't remember one in the original.
Pretty sure if you go to one before, what's before Clefable?
Oh, Clefairy.
There we go.
Oh, Chansey. I don't know if Chansey counts as a fairy either.
Flying type evolved by stone. Murkrow? What was Honchkrow?
Honchkrow, yeah, it evolves by Duststone, doesn't it?
What about Lunarstone or whatever? I don't know.
Flying fairy type?
Drift Bloom or Drift Blue, whatever.
He's a ghost.
No, that's Ghost.
No.
Flying.
Well, the one I keep thinking of.
On,
that's like a cottony. Cottony?
I don't think he's classed as fairy. No. Is he not grass as well? No, I think it's Soliosis. Sorry.
Oh, I know. What's Togekiss? Or Togechick? No.
Yep. Flying ground. I feel like that's very contradictory.
Flying ground.
Yeah.
What's the not Landorus?
You want to go the fancy one?
Either form works.
Bug Fairy? Anybody?
Do you know? Come on, you have a go.
I'm struggling on this one. Bugs are not my strong point. I hated bug types.
Bug Fairy?
That's, yeah. Bug ground. What? No. I can't even think of a bug type
Caterpie.
that's got a secondary group.
You never said that.
Bug poison.
If it makes you feel any better, I can't think of one either.
Bug Fairy, Cutifly. I'm pretty sure that's a lowland Pokemon.
Yep.
I can't think of Bug Ground.
I think of the more recent ones.
Wormby. Wormlet.
I'd have given you Wurmple.
Riglow. Don't know.
What worm something? What's that worm? Worm something.
Wurmple.
No, worm, as in WOR, as in write the word worm.
Oh,
There we go, Worm Sandy.
Worm
Dan
Sandy, did you say?
that'll do.
Thank you, Jay.
Close.
You helped me there.
Close. I was close, you know.
I'm Ninkada, of course.
Yeah, it was the only other one. Yeah, Cutie Fly. You could have also had its evolution. Cleaver. I always forget about Cleaver.
Yeah, me too.
There we go.
I know the feeling.
Togekiss. Enamorous. Who even thinks of Enamorous? Fucking Enamorous. Shit.
Didn't ask me, did you?
Yeah. I got Landorus, though. Wait.
Yep. You could have had Onyx for ground Kanto.
See, I told you Onyx.
You said Onyx? You did say Onyx.
Anyone I know.
Cloyster would have been your best bet for that. But at least we got a win. That's the main thing.
Well done, gentlemen. You've successfully pokeyed those dokies.
You did it as well, Jay.
I'm very proud of
your
you.
poke.
Very proud of you. So, yeah, I'll put the links in the chats to both of those games. Go over there, go and play along. Should you so care? Should you know your Pokemons, or should you just know general video games, including MMORPGs? It appears. But yes, thank you very much, gentlemen. That's fun as always. Let's get into Project Game Pass, shall we? I'm very excited about this. Project Game Pass. We pick a game from Game Pass each and every month. We play it. We discuss it in theory. Give it a little rating / review on here, and then we move on to a new game the next month. This month's game was decided by Twitter /X poll, and it was Jusant, which I reviewed earlier this month, and I gave it a 9.5. I found it one of my favorite games this year. Jusant. But I've got a feeling I'm still quite the outlier here because I know, Graham, we spoke about it last week. You weren't enjoying it even more.
No.
Let's catch up with the other two quickly before we get back to you.
Okay, I'll go first.
And yeah, I was going to say, let's start with Ian because I haven't actually heard from him. I've heard a little bit from Ross. Go on.
It's no offense, Kay. I know you really enjoyed it, but to me, it's just not that enjoyable. Like, it's very, I wouldn't say repetitive. That's not even that. It's just, I said it before earlier, it's just too quiet. There's not much going on. It's just all calm, somber. You climb that,
That's what I like.
you go, you
nice,
climb,
chilled, calm game.
and then you
to play
swing,
in the evening.
and then swing again, and then climb. You got some weird bugs that come out of the wall and glow at you. You pick up a letter, you don't read it.
Did you glow at me?
Get your little buddy to go, blah, and they extend the little roots, and you can climb up them.
Yeah,
Lovely.
I'm trying. I'm giving like hour burst, and even then I'm losing the will to live. So that's when it's saying
Only 5 hours long. How are you not finishing it?
It was what they didn't tell
10
you.
minutes, but for me, in my brain,
Yeah,
it's
because
hour.
what he meant was it's 10-minute times, but
It's actually 10 minutes, but for me, it felt like an
Time
hour.
passes differently, yeah.
Exactly.
Slows things down. That's what we like. We need to slow down.
No,
times. We've got more time to enjoy things.
I'm going to successfully try and complete this Project Game Pass. I know I've only got 4 days, but I'll get it
believe
done
in you, Ian.
just for
I
Project
believe.
Game Pass.
I believe
And then I'll
in
give
you.
my final proper verdict if I can actually find more enjoyment in the game. Like, I just don't get what you find. Like, oh my god, this is so much great. Because
Well,
What's
it's pretty
9.5
much
worth of great?
I was going to say, it's literally what you just said. It's just the calm, genteel atmosphere and just climbing and just having a wonderful time. It's not massively challenging. It's not massively, you haven't got a million systems to learn. It's just the simple act
just
of
to
climbing
jump
up
in
the
on
rock
that part there in regards to my thoughts, Jay, I think that's
Go
why
for
I'm
it.
struggling with it. I don't mind games that aren't challenging, but this is too monotonous. Give me something like when you're trying to like do a handhold, like the rock crumbles in your hand and you have to find an alternate route, or there's like 2 routes and one of them's faulty, and just nothing to overly complicate it, just to break up the and then the occasional little thing coming out the wall, or like a little small segment. Have some sort of trepidation, not just you messing up the click buttons and then forgetting to like hold the area when you're trying to like traverse to the next part.
do you know? I'll probably find it more enjoyable if it wasn't that stupid fucking click, 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 and just hold A to climb up, like in Assassin's Creed.
Surely not, though. Surely that would be.
I actually
even
quite like
more
that, to be
tedious for you because you
I mean,
just
at
hold an
least
A
give us
button.
the option, then hold. Do
True. But
And then try and kill myself by jumping off.
I think in my review, one of my only negatives was what you said, Ross, that there's no like
Danger.
alternate paths or like you go one way, like, oh, actually I can't get this, so I need to find an alternate route or need to come up with something. It's literally just following the handholds for the most part. There's a little bit more to it than that, but I'll grant you not much. But like I said, I just enjoyed the act of climbing. I just found it really nice.
When I first picked up and played the first half an hour, 45 minutes, that was when I messaged you saying I wasn't familiar with your game in regards to your thoughts on this game, because the soundtrack, the way it looks, and the actual like first experience of it, I was like, this is really quite good. I really quite enjoy this. But then it was like there was no variation, and I'm like, no, I need more now. Like, you've got me in, now give me something else to really get my teeth into it and want to really push on and get this finished. Where it just sort of stayed there, and I'm like, I need something else.
It does add very mild, I would put, challenges towards the latter half. Like there's one level where there's a lot of wind, and if it's blowing the wrong way, it'll blow you off course. So you kind of need to time your jumps in terms of using the wind to your advantage and stuff. But it's not like you're sitting there going, oh, I don't know how the hell I'm going to make it up. It's more a case of I'll wait for the wind to go the right way. Okay, now I can carry on. But yeah, like I said, I just found it a lovely time. And I know I'm the complete outlier here. I just had a lovely. I just had a lovely time with it, and I really enjoyed it.
Had a time with it, and it wasn't a glorious time.
Had it built on where it started, I would have probably rated it 8 and a bit. But it didn't, and now it just seems to be like the more I play it, the more it just seems to be doing this in the scoring.
It's sort of along the lines of, like I said before, like Limbo and Insult, where it's almost like one note throughout, but it just has that, I don't know, something about it that just kept me going. Whereas obviously it's not grabbed any of you in even remotely the same way. Graham, update us. You've played a little bit more this week, I believe.
No, a little bit. As research, I found out that Jusant is like Latin for purgatory, so that explains a lot of things. And
I believe it's also French for something to do with the tides, which is what it's actually named after.
And no, not even whistling at a little googly-eyed jelly so you can climb on some alien foliage dong to climb up mountains is going to make this any more remotely interesting.
That's fair enough. So obviously none of you have finished it yet, I'm assuming. Certainly not Ian and Graham. Ross, I'm assuming you haven't finished it yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet. See, positivity. There we go. Yet.
Right.
We're gonna hold.
I'm really putting out a commitment to Project Game Pass.
As you should. It's only 5 hours long. You should have had it knocked out by now. Could have moved on to something else.
Yeah, well,
we'll pick another game for next month.
It's hard to even tough it out. I couldn't even deploy Ian's I haven't installed it yet kind of excuse to try and not play it.
And cloud gaming, baby. That's how I started it. It's definitely more enjoyable on the controller, not on cloud, but on the console.
Stay in the bloody cloud.
Stay in the cloud. Get in the cloud.
Get back in the cloud. Stay in that fucking cloud.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised, I must admit, but I am slightly disheartened that no one's enjoyed it as much as I am. But each to their own. Everybody enjoys different things, don't they? And that's the beauty of Project Game Pass and gaming in general.
So just a shame your kindred spirit. It seems the type of game Dan might be able to complete, so he might agree with you.
Has Dan completed the game?
Maybe I don't know if he's played it actually. I should ask him if he's played it or not. But there's been some of the other Tavern crew who shared my sentiments. So maybe I'll get them on here someday and be like, please help back me up. But yes, we'll deliver the final definitive verdict next week, I imagine, once everybody's finished it, because you're definitely going to finish it this week, obviously. And then we'll move on to a new game. We haven't decided what next month's game is going to be yet. We'll discuss that without the cameras rolling in secret, but perhaps we'll put another poll up. We'll have a think about that. But let's get on to some other games we've been playing, shall we, gentlemen? We've got quite a list of games here, and let's go. Actually, do you know what? Because Ian, you weren't here last week, and I sort of stole your thunder a little bit. Tell me your thoughts about Teardown before we get on to anything else.
Oh, yeah, sure. Happy. One of the much
I'll reference your review, but I was wanted to wait for you to come back.
The fact that you gave just 9.5 makes me want to give Teardown 10 because it's miles times better than fucking just on.
It's a very good game. It is a very good game.
Brilliant game. Yeah. God, I don't know what to talk about with it. It's one of those games I didn't really expect to have much enjoyment, and let alone my son as well. I think the fact that my son enjoys it more than me said something about a game that's it's got that kind of freedom to kind of not get say do what you want, but in reality, yeah, you can destroy wherever, make a path clear. I think my son's getting to the point now where he's learning about it all now. So the fact like he's actually like building holes in the building to kind of get through to the next area. He's like planting cars in certain locations so he can get in it quickly and drive. Sometimes he doesn't do it like the first time, which upsets him, but obviously I help him out and kind of do it with him. And like we do it there. Obviously, we've increased the timer as well to give us 2 minutes rather than 1 minute, which obviously helps him a lot more because it gives him more time to actually not panic as much, but actually kind of do the level as much.
I mean,
as he
that
can.
minute is pretty stingy anyway. Even for, I mean, even I struggled to do some of them with just a minute to get the optional objectives and stuff.
And that's it, and that's me because he's very much like a bit like me, like a completionist. He wants to get the optional ones as well, and he's like, that's not satisfied until you missed those 2 times. The optional, no, you got to get them. So obviously we're doing all the optional as well. So increasing that time by an extra minute does help a lot. The 1 minute is ridiculous, but I think imagine what it is you go back once you've unlocked more equipment to make it a lot more easier on the timings and stuff. But yeah, I think like the whole freedom of like explosions, kind of like creating your own path and just actually like having that freedom to basically fuck everything up is brilliant.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't suppose either of the other two have tried Teardown.
No, I've got it installed as well, and I'm foolishly bloody played more Descent rather than getting into that, and I'm wholly regretting it.
It's as I said to you, Gray, last week. It's such fun just destroying everything, setting everything on fire, obviously. And Ian, have you tried the one of the DLCs they've included, like the Wild West one, or whatever it's called, Old West?
No, yes, I have. Yeah, I tried a couple of missions, and then me and Ty decided to destroy the whole Wild West area instead.
Yeah, because I started that the other day, and because it's obviously set in the Old West, there's no like electronic alarms and stuff, so everything just got set on fire with no penalty and no concern about being caught out. I was like, fucking perfect.
That's what you love, yeah.
That's
the most annoying bit when it's on fire. Like, I was like, Daddy, you got to turn it out. Like, just get the extinguisher out. Can't fucking get it crazy.
It's
exactly what it is
impressive.
as well, where you can destroy your whole house as well, apart from your computer. So it gets blown up.
Yeah, just absolutely rinse it. I was playing there and I had the hook shotgun, and I found if I'd want to knock the building down, I hooked the building, and the entire thing just went flying over my head rather than me going to it and just smashing it. It's lots of fun. Well, Ross, have you got PS Plus?
Indeed, yes.
I believe it's free on there. Not that obviously we want to speak of the other side, but
the problem is though when I was looking
download and give it a
when
go.
I was having a wee look at it, it looks pretty cool, but I don't know if it's the sort of game I'd spend money on. So by saying that, then it is quite a tempting proposition.
Yeah, definitely well worth a go, especially if you've got PS Plus. And Graham, like I said, if you've got it installed, give it a go. And yeah, we'll report back next week. Definitely play.
This would be brilliant if it came to Game Pass because
it would have been The only shame, as you said in your review, I think was no multiplayer because that would have been a lot of fun. But obviously, it's very hectic, very carnage based. It'd be quite tricky to get that.
I also need to add a new pro to my review of no inverted controllers. But...
outrageous. Good thing the accessory is up there to save the day, innit?
I didn't even notice that. I was thinking the only redacted word I would say use inverted.
Outrageous. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? I surprised you with a bit of a teardown there, but Ross, let's go to you next because I want to talk to Graham about a game that we were playing at the same time. Ross, tell me all about your experience with PUBG. Let's go with PUBG.
Oh yeah, got a lot about PUBG. Yeah. The thing is
it loaded in yet? Have you started playing it?
It's not as bad as it used to be straight off the bat.
We found a gun and then did nothing for 25 minutes and then got shot straight away.
That's only if you play it like a little bitch. You wait and see where everybody's. You wait and see where everybody's heading, and then you go to that area and get a gun and then fucking massacre everyone. That's the problem.
Or die straight away and then load in again and wait 5 minutes to load in.
Only if you're shit at the game.
Which I was.
There you go. No, it all came from my son was like getting into the OG Fortnite, and I was playing a bit of it there. I was like, quite. It's not the world's worst experience, but I do prefer a bit more of a tactical type shooter in that respect. So I thought, fuck it, PUBG it has to be. So I jumped in for some squads and duos for some PUBG, and yeah, it was another shit show. Utter shit show. In fairness, they were like all top 10 finishes, but yeah,
What happened?
oh, just guys where you're like, you like I had a guy straight in front of me. He didn't see me. I thought this is fantastic. Lined up my sniper shot perfectly. Pinged him. Perfect. Knocked him. Fantastic. Seen his mate come out to revive him. And then all of a sudden I was dead. I was like, the fuck happened there? And because there's no kill cam originally, you have to wait till your whole team dies and then you can see your death cam. And it's like this guy was not even in my fucking peripheral vision or anywhere near shape or form that I thought could actually be hit by anybody. And just one tapped me and that was me. I was like, oh. Really glad I spent all this time getting right down to the last part of the game.
I think that's the risk with any battle royale, in it, but especially PUBG, like you guys were just saying. That if you're not going to win, you just get absolutely shafted right at the end. Oh,
It's just
3
too
days
slow.
in this one. Yeah.
That's no one that's just too slow for me.
It's good. It's good in a squad. Like if you've got a squad that are like properly nailed on in it, it's quite good. But I do see like playing something like COD, like Warzone or Fortnite, where it's like constant on the go. I can see why you would think like a PUBG sort of idea is like very monotonous because there is turn times, especially when you're in the 100-player maps. There is quite a bit of time where you're like, right, we're traveling from point A to point B and nothing happens in the whole time you're traveling. But because they've introduced quite a lot of smaller player maps and they're a lot more condensed in size, then they are starting to be a lot more engaging. But
That'd be more fun then, because say sometimes the ones are just too massive. Like
the original map Arandel is like the one where it's 100 players and it's a fucking massive map. But there's one where it's meant to be based on like Southeast Asia type idea, and it's like I guess 60 players. And basically, as soon as you touch down, the gunfight's like you're literally down, pick up a gun, and you can already hear the gunshots feel all around you. So that one's a good map. There's a couple of ones there. There's another Asian map as well, which is similar sort of size. And then you've got a couple of mid-size maps where I think it's 80 people that are in it. And again, they're a wee bit slower than the sort of small ones, but still a lot better than the original map where you could sort of spawn on the left-hand side. The map could be the bottom right, and you could go from the top corner to the bottom corner and never see a person until you get to the final circle. That's completely changed.
Yeah, I do remember it being quite exciting when we first started playing PUBG because it was all new and different and like, I've made it this far. We're gonna getting sort of tense, and now it's just like, it takes so fucking long to find anyone, or you die.
No, it was always like for me. And when you're playing with you, it's like playing with fucking Stevie Wonder.
The only exciting bit was, I've spawned inside a tree or I've spawned inside a house. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get out.
There's someone there. Where they gone? I don't know. Or you got fucking the north.
Gone, completely gone.
The one shot. No,
but yeah, it's a good game. We should try it again, I reckon, as a foursome. I know Graham would be excited about that, but
yeah.
Well, PUBG.
Just give me a day's advance so I can load it in.
Said something.
What was that, sorry?
So I'd rather do fishing in Fortnite than PUBG, and that says something.
I mean, we can do that as well if you like, although there's no fishing at the minute. They've changed it now. The OG season, so it ends very soon. So hopefully they'll bring fishing back.
No, PUBG wasn't too bad. Just like I say, it's too slow, but just like I said, if they got smaller maps, that might be more enjoyable.
I did try one of the smaller maps on my own once, and I got killed within a matter of seconds, and then I just never bothered again. So, yeah, never mind. Thank you very much, Ross. Graham,
You're welcome.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Go for it.
Are you pleased that I've been playing, like you have, I believe, a little bit of Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name?
Yeah. And
you'll be pleased to hear it's not as good as Shenmue, but it is very good indeed.
You're such a liar.
I've tried all of them. Well, not all, that's a lie. I've tried a lot of them, I should say. I bought the original on PS2. I've played Kiwami and Kiwami Zero, I think, a little bit on the back of your recommendations. And I never really sort of got into them. But I wanted to give this one a try. And it took like an hour or so. And I was like, I'm not really sure. And do you know what it was? And you're going to hate me when I say this. Well, you know, when you sort of do the first opening section, you do all the cutscenes, you do a couple of fights and that,
Yeah.
and then you get plonked in the town of I forget, is it Sottenbury or something like that?
Yes,
The main.
yeah.
And as soon as you get there, it
Yeah.
looked like a modern day Shenmue, and that was what sold me.
I told you it was like it.
Like
So it's like Shenmue,
the
but it's
style,
fun.
the artwork, the way that you move, the character moves, you know, it just, I was like, this is Shenmue in all but name. And then from that moment, I've been absolutely absorbed. I'm loving it. I think it's
I
fucking
told you
absolutely
this. I
brilliant.
said it's what Shenmue would be like if it was fun. You know where you're going. You know what things to do. There's actually some story, and not every Japanese person is busy.
So what
Looking
what
for
is
something.
the point of the game? Not point. Story of the game.
Well, this one is a continuation from, I think it's after 6 or 7. Like there's some spoilers involved, but the main star Kiryu, who's the main character throughout the main series, he fakes his death at the end of one of them. Everyone knows he didn't die, but he has to fake his death for the Yakuza to think he's kind of dead because he's sort of quite a powerful leader. And then this one, he's just hiding out at this area, and basically people know that he's still alive, and they're trying to flush him out, basically. And the flushing happens, and now he has to.
Very quickly, actually, I was surprised. It sort of within the first hour or two, it was like everybody knows who he is and where he is and what's he up to.
Well, he doesn't really disguise himself very well, to be fair. Just put some shades.
No,
on.
those
It's
shades.
Doesn't change exactly how he speaks, looks. It's just yeah. Although I saw what what he looks like in the new trailer, he changes his hair that way, which freaks me out. But yeah, so basically, he just gets flushed out, and basically the people that was looking after him, stroke, holding him captive as such, the main handler gets captured, and you're just basically trying to rescue him. Whereas they don't care about him. He's just a handler. You know, he's an accepted loss. You're like, there is no accepted losses. I want to rescue this guy. You can't just let him go. And so you're on a mission to try and find your way of getting your way back to him to rescue him, basically. And there's a lot of ass kicking involved, as normally is.
Yeah, along the way, a lot of punching and kicking,
Yeah.
a lot of random groups of thugs that get beaten up for a fucking incredible amount of money rewarded with.
Yeah.
Um,
I told you
and
that
one
money
or two-
burns out quickly.
Oh no, yeah, I sent you a message the other day saying how fast I was earning some money just beating up thugs that were spawning in right next to me. And since then, I've earned a hell of a lot more money, and I've got nothing left because it's all gone on upgrades and various items and stuff that I bought. I think earlier on I sold like 3 or 4 platinum plates, so I got like
Yeah.
1 million yen for it, and it went on like 2 moves because I wanted like the super powered upgrades. How far are you in? Again, without spoiling too much, I suppose.
I think I'm not sure if I'm still lingering on the end of chapter 2 because I've been doing all the little side bits. I've unlocked where you speak to Akane, I think her name is, and she starts giving you little sub quests and side quests, and basically you can build up your reputation. I'm already on reputation level 10 because I've been doing all the different side bits.
Have you been to the Colosseum yet?
No,
Then I mean, I've
that's funny
I'm still
though.
in chapter 2.
Usually it's quite funny.
Yeah, I'm in chapter 2 still, and I'm a lot further past that. So you got a way to go because I've also been fucking around as well, playing a bit of Daytona, playing
As
a
you
bit of
do.
Virtua Fighter. Went to the what do they call them? Is it Hostess Bar or something?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's one of the side missions for that Akami.
Yeah, the cabaret clubs, yeah.
The
And
cabaret
it's
club,
actually a
that's it.
real life woman this time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw a clip of some random woman like dressing like bunny ears in the casino.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, can I take some
When
more
she
private
popped on the screen, I was
pictures?
like,
Yeah.
wow, those graphics, they've changed. They've suddenly got way more realistic. And there's like, hang on, it's like a Wales interactive game all of a sudden. What's going on?
Yeah, that's
then,
the only
uh,
clip
you-
I've seen. I thought, I wonder why Jay's playing this. Makes sense.
He mentions
I made
it as
sure to
well.
go
He
back
goes,
there a
it's
couple of
way
times.
lot better than what I think of. It's quite realistic.
Oh shit! Wait a minute, it's a fucking real person.
Oh,
But so I'm still in chapter 2. I've been to the Colosseum. I'm back now. I'm still doing Akami stuff.
I'm
I think
surprised
I'm
you
on.
got past it, Gabriel. We would have kept going back there, you pervert.
I went back
He
a couple
actually
of times,
left
but
it. He's been not been in there.
I think I'm on like her network like level 11 at the minute, and I've just literally just passed into level 11. But yeah, I'm having a great time. It's the combat's really fun. Now that I've got some upgrades, there's a lot more ass kicking going on. The story, although it's all in Japanese, a lot of subtitle reading. It's actually quite entertaining. Like just like this. I don't
And
know.
that's just the
It's
bits. You haven't
not
even got to
camp.
any of the proper twists yet. It's when
Yeah.
the twists start happening where things start unfolding. That's where it gets really, really good.
Yeah, and because, like I said, because I'm a little bit further than you, I've sort of progressed a little bit more in the main story, and some of those twists I think are starting to show their hand. And yeah, I'm just loving running around because it's not a very big city or very big
No.
area you're playing in, is it? But there's a lot packed into it. There's a lot of upgrades, like I said, and side missions, and like what do you call it before? Procrastination simulator. It literally is that, because I'm stopping at the restaurant to eat some food to buff up his
Yeah.
health and his special abilities. I'm stopping at the arcade to play some video games. I played some darts. I played some random like Japanese like board games and mahjong and stuff that I had no idea how to play. Some billiards.
That's so fucking hard.
But Mahjong's easy. What are you on about?
No, this
Yeah.
is different. This
What the
Mahjong,
fuck?
Mahjong and Shogi. I was like, I'm
Shogi,
so
that's the one I was.
freaking
Yeah.
Oh,
lost.
Shogi, okay. I know
They
Mahjong's
explain all the
easy.
rules, but there's like a 48-page manual with one of them. I'm not reading that. You got no chance. I'm just going to try it. I'm
See, I
going
was
to
like,
press some
I've
buttons
played
and see
that
if I
before.
win.
It's just pairs, and I was like, I have no idea what's going. People are just putting different dominoes down, and I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, and there was another one that like matched up like pairs of cards and stuff as well. And I have no idea what the hell's going on here. So I just went back to playing the simple stuff. But yeah, really, really good. Really enjoying it. It's pretty, apart from Redacted, which I can't talk about yet. It's literally the only thing I've played this week, and I've enjoyed that way more than anything else I've been playing this week.
It is something I looked at for because I saw you guys play. Oh, I'm kind of curious to try it. So maybe Project Game Pass.
I mean,
Well,
Project Game Pass.
I'm playing
It's
that
a long,
anyway.
it's a long Project Game Pass game, but it's you'll definitely enjoy it more than just that, I imagine.
Fucking anything.
It's yeah, really, really good game. I'm enjoying as well. Like you said, the Akame network doing all the little side missions and that.
Yeah.
Some of them are a piece of piss, like just grab an item from a tree or
Yeah.
out of the river or whatever.
That's what I mean.
And
But
some
it's
of them
mixed
sort of
bag.
a bit more extended. So because where I'm at now, there's a lot. I think 3 like almost like submissions, and one of them was to like tail this guy, and it ended up being like a 3 or 4 part chapter where I'd get to where I had to go. This whole thing would happen, and then I'd have to go to a whole other part of the map. Something else would happen, and so on and so forth. And it wasn't just a case of get here, beat some people up, and move on. It was something completely different, and it was quite funny actually. I think it calls back to an old game, which I won't ruin for you or for anyone who's not played it yet. But obviously, I haven't played the old game, so I don't know that necessarily. But yeah, I'm glad that I finally managed to find a Yakuza that or Like a Dragon that got me hooked in, because I very much enjoying it this week.
Yeah, I'm glad you're too. I told you would enjoy it. You just
Yeah,
held it off.
I really don't know why the others didn't grab me. I think because, and again, this is probably going to sound silly, but because it wasn't Shenmue, it was like, well, it's good, but it's not what I was expecting. Whereas this one, it's not Shenmue still, but for some reason, it's just grabbed me, and yeah, really enjoying it. Very, very good game, and hopefully, I mean, I don't know how long Chapter 2 is, but I would have thought I've spent like 3 times as long in Chapter 2 now as I did in Chapter 1. So I'm kind of hoping to move on and sort of progress a bit further through it. I don't think it's as long as the other ones either. I think it's a shorter game compared to some.
But it's that kind of pain you have to go. It's like, oh my god, I just need to stop playing this like an idiot and actually get better.
Yeah, so I could stop playing Daytona and move on and play some of the actual game itself.
Because even like the UFO catchers with the claw games in the arcade. So you just find myself, I'm just trying to get it because it's quite easier. I keep trying to get the collections of that. And it's like, I really need to stop doing stupid shit. Get back to the game.
I got one of the I think it was Mimi from Monkey Ball out of that. Yeah. And when I went to the hostess thing, you can give them gifts, can't you? And the first time I gave her some earrings because I just had them, I found them somewhere, and she loved it. And then the next time I gave her the Mimi doll, and she's like, "Oh, all right." And my like whatever the relationship meeting just
went
right down.
Like,
no.
I
whiffed it, completely whiffed it. But yeah, really, really enjoying the game, and hopefully get a chance to play it and maybe finish it this week. Yeah, good game. Well done, Graham, for finally getting me to play some of the Yakuza / Like a Dragon.
He's
series.
awesome.
Will I have time to go back to the rest of them? I very much doubt it, but I'd like to at least finish this one and see how we get on
You
with
can't
that.
not get into Zero. Zero is so good because you haven't even played as Goro yet.
Maybe we'll see how we get on with this one first, and we'll worry about that down the line. Ian,
Me.
let's bring
Hello.
you back into the fold, shall we? You've got your other game you put down here, which wasn't Teardown. Tell us all about. It's not a lake; it's an ocean. Of Alan Wake 2's
Starfield?
wonderfulness.
Alan Wake, you mean?
What did I just say?
Star Lake, I heard.
I said it's not a lake; it's an ocean.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you said Star Lake. I was like, what?
Get out. Tell me all about Alan Wake 2. Come on.
Alan Wake 2. Fantastic. See, I don't want to talk about it too much because I would just want to go down spoiler territory. But so far, it's a masterpiece of a game. And for someone who's very scared of horrors and not fond of jump scares, and there's been quite a few so far in this, that's got me very much like, for fuck's sake, and nearly shit my pants. I fucking love the game. It's brilliant. Like the storytelling's great. The way they've kind of torn between different characters, because now they've got a new character in. And at first I was like, oh no, why they got a new character in? But the new character's actually really good. And the way they've intertwined the stories between the new lady called Saga and obviously Alan Wake, their storylines between them two are actually really fun. The combat is way more, I guess not realistic, but they kind of incorporated between both Alan and Saga's when they who you're fighting or not. They've actually done it quite well, especially kind of Alan's one where, without going too much in spoilers, obviously before when you used to fight the shadows, you used to basically kill every shadow. Not when you're fighting him now, not all shadows are bad. So even if you do something like trying to torch that shadow, it will just do nothing and they'll just disappear. Whereas some of the shadows do actually fight you and fight back, which is quite cool in that regard. They've got kind of like because you're a detective and one Saga's a detective, it's kind of got this whole kind of puzzle element of like trying to actually work out what the story's going and what's happened in the area you're in and why something. I don't want to give too much spoilers away of why something's happened, and they kind of do like a murder mystery kind of type of thing. Where you got to kind of find out clues and evidence to kind of piece the story together. So yeah, really like surprisingly, the work they've done, you can see why it's taken so long to make it, because they've done such a brilliant work of it. And by God, yeah, I think it's creeping on my game of the year for me.
Very nice. You're fully in agreement with Ross H's 10 out of 10 on xboxtavern.com, which you can go read right now. Then.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, God, yeah. Yeah, I think definitely close to that because, like I say, it's been like I say, a really enjoyable ride. Like it's been such a great game. Like, sorry, don't make my way through it all because he's trying to find time. That's literally the only game I played this week, purely because of it. Because I've just been wanting to play more and more. Rebecca's getting involved in it as well, so I can't really play until she plays. And obviously, I can't play during the day because I can't have Tyler watching it because it's pure horror. So
Probably not the best child appropriate game yet.
No, so I definitely, like I say, it's one of those evening games. So put like 2 or 3 hours each evening, which is quite nice. So kind of space it out rather than binging it throughout. Yeah, and you notice your game when you're dreaming about it as well. So I had scary Alan Wake dreams the other day. I needed cuddles in the morning. Oh, I thought I was in love. I thought the shadow's going to get me.
Nice. See, that's what we like. A good bit of scariness to follow you into the real world. Maybe that's part of the story. Maybe you're actually in Alan Wake.
Maybe.
And we're all part of the live action scenes right now.
The live action scenes are fantastic as well. God. I don't want to give. There's one which is just like Chef Kiss, which I don't want to give to. I can't. It's with too much spoiler, Terry. But basically, if you ever play it, you'll know exactly which one I'm talking about when it happens.
Nice. I would like to get to it at some point, like I said, but I also not really a big fan of the first one. So
it's very different to the first one. Like I replayed the first one before I started the second one because I want to remind myself of the story and the characters involved, which I'm really glad I did because they had loads of references to the first one, but it's not. It's like so much better than the first one, and there's way more like jump scariness, horror in it than the first one. So I think you will like it a lot more.
nice. It certainly sounds up my street, that's for sure. But We'll listen for an update next week when you've played a bit more and dreamt a few more scary dreams.
Changed these pants a couple of times.
You know what? To a point where he nearly got me to. He actually got me to install Dead Space, the remake. I can actually.
Do you know what? I saw you playing that earlier on. I wasn't sure whether that was a dream or
a mistake.
I literally I started and I got distracted with something else. I had to go away. Literally, I got the opening scene. I was like, oh, come on, Ian, you can do this.
Also, not a very child-appropriate game, but a very good game.
Oh gosh, man! I was one in my office here. I was like playing it on my own. I was like,
nice.
Yeah, hold on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blast your leg off. Use my telescopic powers to pick that said leg up, and I'm going to impale it through your face.
And then, just to be sure, I'm going to stamp on you until you fall apart
Exactly.
little pieces.
It's going to make a very big gory mess all over the camera.
Nice. Well, I look forward to more updates on both Alan Wake and Dead Space from you next week when we reconvene at 8 p.m. Sneaky mid-roll one there. Ross, you got another game you want to tell us about?
I can talk about a game that I would rather stab rusty nails through my eyeballs than talk about, but I have played it, so I thought I had to put it on the list. Or I can get my 1 minute Nintendo section in. It's up to yourself.
I feel like you bashed old Car Detail Sim.
I'm not stopping bashing either.
Feel free to. Do you want a Nintendo Minute for both? Should we do a Nintendo Minute for Pokemon? Nintendo Minute / Car Detail Sim Minute.
I'd much rather talk about the Pokemons.
Right, go on then. Let's go Pokemon.
So, having heard
in the bin.
Having heard that the new DLC has a date for release, I was all giddy, like, ooh. So, I now need to. I'm sure it did. They've all the reviewers have got
access now. Hang on.
They got an hour's playthrough. I'm sure it said it had a date. Maybe
I know they got like an hour's playthrough of it, but I didn't realize there was an actual
he's all
date.
excited now.
I thought there was. Maybe I could be in mistakes there. Maybe I was just getting excited for the fact that they were getting trials to play it, so therefore there must be a date. But anyway, so I thought I better get my finger up my ass and finish doing the first part of the DLC. So completed the sort of Pokedex section of that, which I actually found a wee bit tricky because there was ones that I was fucking struggling to try and get. So that was tidy a wee bit of time at least. Done all the sort of side missions that go on the main story. So caught the three. I don't know what you would call them. Are they technically classed as legendaries?
Yeah, legendary monkeys.
Yeah, so legendary Pokemon, they're shit, but yeah, caught the legendary 3, got the main legendary guy. Done like the side quests with like the lovers that you have to do, the Blood Moon, Ursaluna. A couple of the Terra raids are quite good for the fact that there's a few decent ones to pick up from that. But I think
every time you guys say that, instantly I think like Balaclava men like fucking flashbang in a room trying to charge in. So... sorry, Karen, I had to get out.
But no, I think Ian hit the nail on the head the first time. It was like this one was not a fighting DLC as such. It was a catching. It was almost like Legends Arceus type idea, like go and catch Pokemon, go and do the story of these like legendary type Pokemon. But I feel like with this going to this school, finding out about like what this Indigo Disc is and stuff like that. I feel like it's going to be.
If rumors have it where everything is double battles, it's going to be fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like you're going to have, and I'm hoping obviously it's not going to be competitive level type battles, but if you're going to have like a broad spectrum of Pokemon that are all set up for battles, not just like you pick your starter Pokemon, you pick a couple of like late game Pokemon, and then you throw in like if you're talking about Kanto, you maybe throw in like a legendary bird, and then that's your team. You're actually going to have to properly have a sweeper, like a tanky type Pokemon, something that's good with like status effects. If it has something that's on that battle mechanic, then chef's kiss.
It's going to be good.
And everybody's going to.
I can't find one, but
everybody's going to have Incineroar because they're bringing back all the starter Pokemon. So that's going to be fucking yay!
Naturally, that sounds like someone setting things on fire to me, which I approve of.
It's an angry cat.
No, that's not so good then. Not so good.
Oh, in fairness, it's a lucha libre cat. There we go.
Yeah,
That
it's
makes
like a
sense.
wrestling cat.
That was an emotional roller coaster you just took me
Yeah.
on there, but I'm back up again.
It's a lucha libre fire cat. There you go. That's about the best I can describe it for you.
Nice. All right, I'm in. 8 out of 10. Right.
Yeah, considering the other starters that you could get in that game, it was the best of a bad bunch. The other starters are shit. I'm looking at you, fucking ballerina water Pokemon.
Well, I look forward to more Pokemon chat when this DLC eventually gets released on whatever release date that Ross has invented.
Yeah,
And
I know it's December. I've got a month.
Nice. All right. Well, that's not long to wait. I'm excited. Graham, are you excited?
Very.
Good. So in the meantime, use that excitement, that energy you've just got bubbling up inside you to tell us about Persona 5. You not only are you playing one massive Japanese sort of RPG-ish game, you've also started another. What are you doing?
It just touched on it. I think it's probably more close to the truth. There was so much text reading as part of this whole battle, and the whole very cutscene in the start, and it was a bit of a slog to go through. And it doesn't explain anything. There's no backstory filling you in of what the hell's going on. It's like, you're now mask face. We're all mask faces. What are you on about mask faces? And it's the combat. Once you actually got into it, wasn't so bad. It's very kind of XCOM-ish with a bit more mixture of sort of close combat to knock people out of cover to be able to shoot them, and that bit's all right. The combat's kind of all right, but the story is very, very far-fetched and doesn't hold your hand through it. So it kind of expects you to know what's the hell's going on before to to understand what the hell is going on. It's really out there of
It's not like a Final Fantasy thing where every game is different and it follows.
No, well, it looks like it.
For however many games there might have been.
Well, if it didn't, then the intro bit wasn't really helpful of explaining who everyone the hell is. It was just very confusing, and then one of your people gets converted to the bad side, and then you're fighting him as well. What is going on? So it's sort of the tutorial for all the combat bit. Everything on that side is absolutely fine. The combat itself, it was interesting. Just everything else with it was making it really sort of hard to play because there's so much guff and reading before you can get into the next combat. And I accidentally at one point slipped and hit the controller, and you can skip all the dialogue, which wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it made me even less fucking understand what the hell was going on. But
and now you're just a bunch of angry kids beating each other up at
kind
high
of,
school, rather than.
But
you
can't just play this kind of game based off solely of the combat. Well, as fun as it is, unless there's sort of a good kind of story to go with it, it's a bit of a grind. And as you said, if it's as big as you say it is, then it's not a grind I'm willing to commit to just yet. Especially when, like a Dragon, there's so much more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, all I've heard about Persona is that people spend hundreds and hundreds of hours playing each game, not just the whole series. I think one of the guys I listened to, he's played one of them. I don't know if it's 5 or 4 or whatever, but like 3 or 4 times, like hundreds of hours each time. It's like, what? No.
Yeah, I can't be doing that.
Stop, please play some Like a Dragon. It says very, very good.
Yeah.
Maybe we get an update on that shortly. Sure. Had anyone else got anything else that they want to shout out they've been playing this week? Like I said, the only other thing I have been playing, I'm not allowed to talk about yet, so I can't.
Car Detailing Simulator might be the worst game I've ever played.
Whoa, have you tried Road Rage?
I think it might be worse.
Have you played Gush's Song?
It is absolutely atrocious.
Nice. So it hasn't got any better since 2 weeks ago when you last spoke about it.
No. I genuinely am like utterly at a loss how the reviews on Steam are mostly positive. I cannot find one thing that I like about it.
I think, like you said the other week, it's a very specific type of thing in it, and
but I like detailing cars.
I know, but maybe the PC version has some sort of hidden bonus mode where they, I don't know.
It's not utter shit.
In the cash and the mail or something, I don't know, but yeah.
What is the aim of the game though? Like you detail.
It's literally you make your car look clean.
And you said you like Power Washing Simulator.
Like Power Washing Simulator's good. But this one is just shit.
Well, yeah, we as we spoke about the other week, they don't have the best track record of simulator games as it is. So this clearly continues that trend. So keep playing it. Hope you think I want the full 1000G, full completion, all them cars cleaned and detailed, please. Nice. All right. And anyone else got anything else that they want to talk about that's slightly more positive? Perhaps?
I will make you a deal there, Jay. I will quite happily 1000G it if you complete Pokemon Scarlet or Violet.
Well, anyway, it's been a pleasure. Let's move on from that segment, shall we? Ross, let's cheer you up. Let's have you.
Do you want some plug
on the upswing? Let's get some plugging in and sort of turn that frown upside down.
I shall do. I shall put my happy, positive face on to give you your pluggles, Jay. I feel like it's only fair. So, Xbox Tavern, if you want to jump over and support us on our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Xbox Tavern, you can scan the QR code that is currently at the bottom of the screen. That'll take you directly to our page where you can get access to our After Dark shows. We have put a couple of teasers up on the YouTube channel of what we get up to on After Dark, and yeah, it's a break from the norm, which I think we had the last one we done was a bit of a GeoGuessr, which got a bit arse over elbow, which is probably expected from us, if we're being particularly honest. I don't know if we're geographically talented. I will leave it up to Ian to drop in the name of the superstar guy that was the GeoGuessr, because I fucking can't remember.
Rainbow.
There we go. That's the one. That is not who we are. Just want to preference that. Do not expect any GeoGuessr clips to have any sort of semblance of good, apart from the fact that we did get like a couple of the stadiums pretty much within 100 meters, so we can claim that. Apple and Spotify podcast, if you want to jump over there and leave us a wee review, tell us what you like about the podcast, tell us what you think we could do better, leave us a wee 5-star review. That would be greatly appreciated. It gets us in more people's ears. Written reviews can be found at xboxtavern.com. I'm sure Jay will have a list prepared, as he does every week, because he is nothing but not consistent.
Every week.
Yep, that's what I like to hear. Socials are on all on the bottom of the screen. You can find us in various different ways, shape or forms at Xbox Tavern or at Xbox Tavern Official on all the big social media platforms, X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. You will find us all over the place. As Jay mentioned at the start of the show, our Guess the Game has a dedicated channel on our Discord. So if you want to jump in there, tell us how good you are at it. Show Jay up because he's shit recently and he couldn't get the game today, even though he had 6 gates.
I got the Pokemon 1-in-1. Thank you very much the other day. I was very surprised at that. I don't know how, but I did.
Yeah. There was some shenanigans in that one, I think, as well. I'm not going to lie. I definitely seen some shenanigans.
I can understand people believing there were shenanigans, but I guarantee I have no idea how that happened.
Ian, you're the de facto on this one. Do you think there was some shenanigans?
I don't know. He was very happy when he messaged me, like, "Are you happy I did it? Are you happy I did it?" So.
Yeah. I'm nothing if not honest at my general gaming knowledge.
I
don't know how I did it, but I did it. So that's my win for the year.
I'll believe you thousands wouldn't.
Yeah.
And last but by no means least, the wonderful people over at Insert Coin. If you want to use promo code XBTIC23, you will get 10% off your first order. I'm pretty sure Jay is rocking a t-shirt. Is that the only one that I can see today? Oh no, we've got an Atari top as well. I didn't see the Atari there. Disappointed that Jay has chosen a shit game as he's been here for this week, but can't all have stuff.
I can't tell what game it is.
Zelda.
Is indeed
so
Hylian Shield or Hylian Shield.
Can't say I've
not from Insert Coin, unfortunately, but yes, it is very good.
Can't say I've ever played a Zelda game. Don't feel like I'm missing out.
What?
Now that's cause for outrage.
You haven't played Breath of the Wild?
I've never played any Zelda game. I've never played Ocarina of Time. I've never played Majora's Mask. I've never played Breath of the Wild. I've never played Tears of the Kingdom. I've never played a Zelda game. Full stop.
Ian, do you remember when Ross said to you he give you powers at the beginning of the show?
He's not activated them yet.
Now it's the time.
No, give me the power.
In fairness, I was in the wrong generation for the original Zeldas. Like, I just missed them. Right? So I never had all the Zelda hype. So then when these new ones came out, I was like, what am I missing?
Well, you're missing out, so you're missing out. But we can worry about that. Maybe for Project Game Pass, we could just play
I don't
Zelda
feel like
instead.
that works unless you're fancying PayPaling me the like $60 or whatever they charge for fucking the Nintendo Store games because Nintendo don't know how to have sales. Then it is what it is.
We'll get on the old Switch Online and play Ocarina of Time. It's been a while since I've played it, and I've only played it through, I don't know, about 15 times. So what's another time between friends, eh?
You know what's even more shambolic, and I feel like I'm probably have to go and duck because Jay's going to virtually throw something through the screen at me. Do you remember when you did the quiz when we had the special guests?
Yes.
And you had the hey listen.
Hey, listen.
I didn't know that was from Zelda.
One of the most iconic sound effects of all time.
Yep, didn't know it was from Zelda. I seen a clip on TikTok the other day, and it was like that little bit, and it was a picture of like Link on the screen. I was like, so that's where it came from.
Little Navi, annoying little bastard in Ocarina of
Yeah.
Time. Very good.
It's a small blessing that you haven't heard that.
Yeah, I know you're lucky. Yeah.
I got enough of it through the podcast that episode.
Damn right you did. So
Every
go
time we
listen
had a
to our
special
quizzes.
guest.
Go listen to the quizzes on youtube.com/Tavern Official, as well as podcast services. They're very good. Oh, how many have we done now? 4?
5. Ian's done a couple. I've done
He's done
one.
2.
Jay's done one. We've done one down in London.
What quizzes?
Yeah.
I've done 4.
I would premise that if you do choose to watch the last quiz, fantastic, thanks for your support. Don't watch the last hour.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
unless
as soon as you hear the final
talking.
round, just finish the podcast there. It's good up until that point, and then it sort of falls
just
off a
know
cliff.
Ian won, and you can move on from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All we'll say is it was a remarkable comeback staged over a good sort of 60, 75 minutes.
Long time. But still, lots of fun. They're all lots of fun. Definitely go check them out, especially the live one we did. That was
Yeah, the live one was good fun. There was a shit ton of shenanigans, including Darth Vader. Oh, was it Darth Vader? No, it wasn't Darth Vader. It was Rambo. That's what it was.
No,
Rambo.
you said Rambo, wasn't it?
I was right, though. That's all I'm
He
saying.
was right. He was
was
right,
right.
much to Graham's chagrin, as well as and then last one before last. So we had lots of
And including the 2023 Game of the Year Hades.
yes, indeed. Anyway, that's enough pluggers. We're out of the pluggers now. Let's move on, shall we? No news this week, gentlemen. I mean, it's pretty quiet, except for some little event called Black Friday. Before we list off a few deals you might want to check out, I assume they're still live. Did anybody pick anything up this year? Not
I'm tempted
Xbox
by-
necessarily,
I'm-
just in general.
I am tempted by a Series S. I'm not going to lie.
It's well worth it. But
I am tempted by a Series S. It would be
what
like
Series S deal are you looking at? Fill us in.
it would probably just be it's probably the one that I actually put up in the sort of show notes for tonight. That you're getting an Xbox Series S starter pack, which is your introduction to the next gen consoles. Includes 3 months worth of Game Pass Ultimate, which, because it's obviously the starter, you won't have like what we've all got with the various different rollovers and stuff like that. But you're getting the Series S, obviously, with the controller, plus your 3 months worth of Game Pass Ultimate for £189.
That's really good.
It's a pretty good deal. Is it the white Series S or is it?
It's
new
the white
one?
Series S, yeah. So it's the basic 512 gigabyte one, not the carbon 1 terabyte one,
black
unfortunately.
one, yeah.
I would have loved had it been
190
that
quid.
one. I know it wouldn't. I mean, I think there is a couple of deals coming up on the carbon one I did see. They're not fantastic, but I think the console itself, am I right in saying, is $299 for
I
the
think
carbon black
yeah,
one?
I
I'm
see-
sure
I
the
see.
cheapest I seen it on a Cyber Monday deal. So if you're listening to the podcast live, you'll be able to pick up tomorrow feeling that. Listen to the podcast first thing tomorrow morning. What the fuck are you doing, you animals? You are getting that. I think the lowest price I've seen it was £264, which is not a massive saving, but you are getting a 1 terabyte next gen console for less than £300.
And regardless of some of the places of sort of starting to bash the Series S, I can't handle some things, or Baldur's Gate 3, for example, not being able to release because it can have feature parity. It's still a fucking cracking machine. I play on mine probably almost as much as my Series X, and aside from the odd game here and there, I don't really notice a difference.
Well, see, what I was thinking, it would be so. As I was discussing that, I'm in the process of moving house. It would probably be my FIFA Forza games where I want to be like set up at my desk that's in my office. FIFA because I've got better refresh rate screens, so things like that, and then I can have my wheel and my. So Jay's mic just died.
Was that? I don't know who that was. I was on mute.
I've muted Jay, so we'll just wait until Jay fixes his technical issues, and I'll go back to Jay in a minute when he's not trying to fucking kill every one of us.
So I say it wasn't me because I was on mute. So I was like, I'm fine. I know it wasn't me.
So I feel it would be my office type console where I would be able to set up my steering wheel, my pedals. So if I wanted to jump on Forza, I wasn't having to fucking set up fucking Xbox, like my Series X from the living room into this one. FIFA, because I've got better screens, then I have that. So it would be like my specified game type console, and I would still have my Series X set up in the living room with my bigger, better TV type idea. But it has been something I've looked at for a wee while. So if there is a particularly good Cyber Monday deal, then it may very well be picked up for next week.
See, I think I use my Series S a lot, but that's probably because I got the X screen.
Well, yeah, and that would be something else I would look at, because I had seen, I can't remember if it was Phil Spencer that put it out, but somebody definitely tweeted out from Xbox saying that they are working on, I don't know if it's now in production, the black version of the X screen to go with the carbon black console.
Oh, yeah, I know, because the U-Spec Gaming was the one I got.
Yeah, well, it's the same one. It's the same company, but they're now producing a black one to tie in with the black console.
Oh,
so
sweet.
That would be obviously something else I would definitely look at, because that seems like a fantastic bit of kit.
Oh, one of the best things I've bought for my console.
Absolutely. So, Jay, are you trying to still murder us with like bleeding ears, or are you back normal? Well, he's got his mic muted, so that's not a good start. It's like I can hear him, but I can't hear him.
I can. It's like,
very faint.
Have you broke your mic? Have your mic just exploded?
It bloody sounded like it.
Yeah.
So, like, what we'll do now is we are, like, very promptly just going to jump over to any other deals that we may or may not have seen. So I've put a couple in the show notes. I don't know if anybody else has seen anything else.
The only one I saw, again, which is probably really bad saying because it's not Xbox related, but I saw a really good Nintendo Switch deal, which I put.
Is that the OLED?
Yeah, OLED.
Yeah.
Mario Kart, like 260, I think it was.
Yeah, I've seen that one as well. That was a fantastic deal. Definitely, like, even I would even go as far as to say, if you have got a Switch currently and you can afford to go for this deal, the OLED is, you have to go up to the OLED. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. And I say, I think it's my niece was looking for one, and my sister was saying, "Oh, what are these deals? That's probably the best we've seen in a long time."
Yeah,
go for that regard. Like, you won't save much money, even if you get it now and you see a better deal for like maybe £10-20 more. That's all you're really going to be saving.
Yeah.
If that, most of them would be not even OLED.
And the OLED deal, like the OLED actual console, is just so much better. The only thing I would say as well, and it's not nothing against the console, but I don't know if you've got one, I think you either got something similar or the same, but I would definitely recommend getting the different version of the side Joy-Cons. I've got the Hori ones. Just feels so nice.
I've got the standard. I got standard white ones.
Oh, you got standard ones on it. Nice. I think I got the red and blue version originally, but I've got the
because my original Switch was red and blue. Red and blue, and then I got OLED. I wanted to distinguish between both.
Yeah, well, my original one was one of the Let's Go ones, so I think I've got the Eevee one, which is like gold and like the brown type idea.
I was so tempted to get the OLED violet, Scarlet Violet one. But,
yeah, have you seen that you can get, or the Hori controller add-ons that I've got, you can get a Gengar set, which is like cool as fuck.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so the Hori ones I quite like, just for the simple fact of, and Ian will testify, like the turbo button on them if you want to spam on. Especially in this most recent one where you can go into the Ace tournament and just spam that, and it just hits the same move over and over and you gain shit tons of money. But that Switch deal is fantastic. The only other the big other ones that I had seen was they were doing prices for the Elite controller, which is 150. You can get the Elite 2 on. It's not the core, it's the actual full controller as well, so that's quite a good bit of money. And another one that we are big fans of on the show is PowerA are doing it's their wired controllers, which they tend to have on their site. They're doing the wired one with the back buttons for $24.95.
That's pretty good.
Which
Yeah,
is
right,
if you're in the market for, I would even say a primary controller, because they are brilliant. I love my Tiny Tina one. If you're looking for a controller that's got the benefit of having the buttons on the back of it, but don't want to go and splash out on something like a Scuff or an Elite controller, then I highly recommend the PowerA ones. And at that price, you're like stupid not to buy it. Even picking up two, because I'm not saying they're bad quality, but you're not going to get the same level of quality that you're going to get from an Elite type idea. And in regards to longevity, for that price, you'd be absolutely crazy not to go and look at something like that.
I'm hoping they've got some good deals tomorrow, being it's Cyber Monday. So I'm hoping.
Well, that's what these ones were sort of the ones that were Black Friday, but I would imagine they'll either rehash them for Cyber Monday or there'll be slight variations on them.
Well, assuming I'm not blowing everyone's ears out.
You are like they are, but
They're very,
almost
very
unhealable.
That's very weird. I don't know why that's changed.
I'm not sure your it's coming through your mic, Jay. I think it's coming through your laptop.
Yeah, like have you blown up your mic or something?
Yeah, let me. No, it's definitely on the right one. It's coming out very quiet though. Yeah, I can see that now.
But it sounds echoey, like it's not coming through the mic.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you guys, you carry on. I'll figure out my technical details.
Yeah, so the only other ones I had seen is you can get an Xbox Series X with Diablo 4 Amazon. So these deals I add are all based from what I've seen as the Amazon Black Friday ones. The only other one that I had seen was you're getting an Xbox Series X plus Diablo, a digital copy of Diablo 4 for $389. So that would take $399 currently for the Series X, and then by throwing in Diablo, which is still I think a £40 game, so still making quite a bit of saving on that one as well. I had seen loads of the like peripherals for headsets, things like your Venom dual charging packs. They were reduced in price as well, which if you've not got an Elite controller where you can sort of remote charge it and things like that, I would highly recommend picking up one of them because they are fantastic bits of kits. And I'm right in saying they are, I don't know if they're partnered with Xbox, but you can pick them up off the Microsoft Store as well, can't you?
I think so, yeah.
I'm sure they're on the Xbox Store as well. So they're a solid bit of kit like that as well. And then there is various Xbox Series X and S basic controllers available as well. I think there was a red, I can't remember if it's Solar Red or whatever it is, was down to $39.99. So that was quite a chunky saving on that one. The gold one that they've got as well, the Gold Shadow, which is like the two-tone type idea, that's down to $49.95. So there's quite a few peripheral type ideas. So if you're looking at picking up a controller, definitely have a look at them. The recyclable one, the Remix green type one's down in price. That's got 32% off. The new sort of cloud effect one, the Storm Cloud Vapor, the blue type one, is down 18%. That's down to $49.95. So if you're looking for controller, there is certainly enough sort of out there for it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of the controllers on Amazon as well. They're all like 40 quid as well. I imagine they might go down maybe 40, 35, 30 tomorrow.
Quite potentially, yeah.
Keep an eye on it tomorrow because they might even go down like, even like a quick offer maybe.
And what I would also say as well is I'm just checking this before I throw myself under the bus. If you've got Microsoft Reward, I'm fairly certain you can get Amazon gift cards.
I would have had a Microsoft Reward if it wasn't for someone.
If somebody hasn't got your account suspended.
If you're not banned for whatever reason, there might be.
Oh, he's back! Woohoo! Just in time to defend himself. You can pick up Amazon gift cards off the Microsoft rewards as well. So if you can even pick up, say, a £10, £15 voucher off them, then you can pick up a controller for a very, very respectable price, £20, £25 type idea.
Fun fact, trying to redeem an Amazon gift card was what got me banned for some reason.
Okay, so don't redeem a gift card.
That was the final straw, apparently.
That
But
broke
we
the
don't need
camel's
to,
back.
we don't need to get into that again. But yeah, lots of good deals. Hopefully, I don't sound like I'm trying to kill everybody now.
No. Now that you've rejoined us, Jay, have you seen anything that's notable on
Literally fuck
deals?
all. I haven't even bothered looking.
No.
I think Dan shared a thing about Game Pass Ultimate earlier on. It's at £23 on CD keys.
Yeah, that looked like a
for
good
3
deal as
months.
well.
Which again, you can use our affiliate link on the website. Good. Go check that bad boy out.
So there was the Venom set that I was
Oh
telling
yeah,
you about.
actually,
So,
I have one of them. Actually, it is a really good charging stand. It's easy to use.
yes.
The batteries last a decent amount of time.
So if you've not got if you've not got an Elite
Okay.
that comes with like the stand that you can charge it on, something like that is fantastic. Wee bit of kit.
The only
Does it,
foible with that is the one I got anyway. Come with just white back covers. So if you put it on any other color controller, obviously it doesn't match, but it doesn't really matter.
But I think now if you switch on and look at it, there is now actually like the color combination. Obviously that's got like your white, but your black and your whites will be most of the ones you'll be able to pull in there.
Indeed. Yeah. Yes. Good little bit of kit, that one. Well worth
And
it. Was that
that's
15 quid? Was it?
Let me just see. It was £14.13. The Black Friday deal.
Might even pick up a second one because it definitely comes in handy. That's for sure.
And then there's what I was saying about your sort of Storm Cloud Vapor Edition as well. That's down almost 20%. So there is quite a few good wee deals in regards to controllers as well. If you want to pick up something for like a wee Christmas present for people, and definitely have a wee look.
Go crazy. Go get them accessories. And yeah, I'm sure there's stuff on the Microsoft store and whatever console store you're looking on. I was looking at the Switch one earlier on, but again, I ain't got time to be playing anything on there, so it's not. I quickly turned it off and ran away before.
Do you not want to see Pikmin in all its OLED glory?
Oh, don't tempt me! Don't tempt me. When Ian shared the OLED deal he was talking about, so yeah, if I could, I would have done, but unfortunately, I'm otherwise spoken for in terms of finances for the next few months. So yes, that was out the window. But maybe next year. Maybe when they release the second one, Switch 2. If that's an OLED one, definitely day one. Anyway, no other real news this week, I don't suppose. No massive break-in purchases or acquisitions or scandals. There was that thing about Assassin's Creed putting an advert in a loading screen, which is a little bit cheeky.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not a good look, but hopefully they've learned their lesson pretty quickly.
They said it was a mistake. They said it wasn't
meant to happen. I don't know how you can have.
I don't know how we coded an advert into the game. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I know,
it just
yeah,
randomly appeared.
But I swear they had it before as well, in previous games as well, where when we were playing Odyssey back then, it's like, oh, try and buy Origins. It's like, no, I'm playing Odyssey, leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely had in-game ads before, like in menus and stuff, but I think this is the first time it's splashed up in between loading like an area or whatever, saying this game's on sale, blah, blah. Bit cheeky, not ideal, almost on the same level of shenanigans as the Modern Warfare 3 adverts when you turn your Xbox on. But at least it's only affecting the people playing one game rather than everybody who turns their console on.
What was this? I never seen that.
It was before Modern Warfare 3 launched. People turn their Xbox on and you get greeted with a full screen ad to take you to the Microsoft store to buy Modern Warfare. Again, it was easy enough to click out of it, but the fact
it's not the point. You don't want that as soon as you turn on your fucking console.
Was a bit cheeky, yeah.
Outrage.
Yeah,
shambles.
Not really ideal. So less of that, please, and more good video
advertising.
games.
Oh, no.
How about if you want to do advertising, the best type of advertising you can do is have a good game.
Exactly. And you can go read about some of them very good games over on xboxtavern.com, including this week. I mean, it's been a little bit of a quiet week. We've sort of gone past the crazy sort of pre-Christmas explosion of video games that have come out. But we've got a Bluey, the video game. Everybody's very excited about that. Corey's review of that just went up today. Gave it a 7.5. You can go check out the video review as he likes to do over on youtube.com/xboxtavern official. Put the final verdict and score and stuff is on the site as usual. We've also got Daniel's review of the Nakon's Evol X review controller. Sorry, he gave that a very good score indeed. And again, Nakon always do some great controllers, and I'm pretty sure they got some good deals going on this Black Friday as well.
The PlayStation one is pricey.
It is pricey, but if it's anything like some of their Xbox ones, it'd be well worth the money. Although I did see that supposedly Sony, we don't need to get into it really, but they're restricting people using like the DualSense features, like the triggers and the haptic feedback and stuff, which kind of makes it a bit less worthwhile.
Scumbag Sony.
But yeah, again, we don't need to get into that. That is not our domain. What is our domain is Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin review from Special Guest Pete. Picked this one up, come out a couple of days ago, gave it a 9.3. Very much enjoyed that one, like a real-time strategy XCOM S type game. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was about it this week. I think, I can't remember if it went up after last week. Actually, Robocop, our review of that is now up. James reviewed that one, give it a 7.8. Looks interesting. Looks like silly fun, like the Terminator games they did. But yeah, perhaps not one to write home about. And then we've got plenty more coming up this week. Be sure to check back. Was that in? I thought you said
saying how was Lake.
Why would you do that, Ian?
You missed out. I said to Graham last week, I reckon you all pulled a sickie because I was going to talk about it. It was very good. I really enjoyed it.
No, we've had games played this week.
It's not going to be for everyone's cup of tea. But yeah, you can go read my review on that as well on xboxtavern.com. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's certainly not going to be my game of the year this year, just because there's been so many other incredible games. But I enjoyed it a hell of a lot. So yeah, well worth a play.
Just Hunt's near the top of game of the year, so we're going to fall out.
I mean, Jasant is up there, but we can worry about that when we get to our Game of the Year show in a couple of weeks. Be sure to check come back and listen to that, see what the cast pick as their favourite games of the year. But let's not worry about that. We've got plenty of time left yet in the year. What we want to know is things coming to Game Plus. Ross, what's coming to Game Plus?
Short and sweet because we're at the end of the month, so there is only 2 games still left to come to Game Pass for November. So both of these are coming out on November 28th, and we have June Spice Wars coming to console and cloud, and Roller Drome on Series X and S, PC and cloud.
Check them bad boys out very soon. And before we get to things leaving, Graham, what's your best pull?
Oh, there's been a couple recently because due to Black Friday. They put some SBCs out there which you can get some icons, and I've managed to pull 2 relatively decent icons.
Evil Pele.
Not Evil Pele. It's Beware of the Drog is my main one. Didier Drogba. So a decent striker, and the good old, he was everywhere on the pitch back in the 90s, John Barnes.
John Barnes. So, even I know John Barnes.
We don't talk about John Barnes in front of Scottish football fans. It doesn't happen. After what he did to my beloved Celtic and created the worst news article headline of Super Cali Globalistic Celtic were atrocious.
I'm interested in football. What's going on here?
So Celtic got bet off Inverness Caledonian Thistle when they were a little diddy team before they came up to the big time, and John Barnes was the manager of Celtic at the time is what happened, and the newspapers up here all led with the headline Super Cali Globalistic Celtic were atrocious.
I appreciate the it can't be a good pun / dad joke /
you can when it's at my fucking teams.
all the merrier, eh? All the merrier. John Barnes and who was it? Sorry,
and Didier Drogba, the Ivory Coast legend for Chelsea, who's a very strong and fast beast up front at the moment. So, yeah, those are my 2 super pulls.
Nice. Well, we look forward to hearing about all of your pulls next week. We got some more flopping them out, I've no doubt. Ian, tell me things that are leaving us before we go home for the evening.
Yep. So we've got 4 games leaving: Anvil, Vaultbreaker, Disc Room, East Wall, and Ghost Song.
Nice. So thank you very much. Go check them bad boys out while they're still there. They're leaving very soon, so go check them out while you can. Gentlemen, I believe we've done it. I believe we've made yet another podcast, an episode of Xbox Tavern's X-Pod Tavern, episode 141st. Which we record each and every Sunday, 8 p.m. Ian sounds a bit defeated, so I feel like we need to wrap this up rapid fire and go and play some video games. So, thank you very much for listening to It's Friday Fucking Hero. I've been Jamie. You can find me at Enaxan everywhere. Just search it, ask Jeeves, and he'll point you in the right direction. You can find Ross
at Scottish Gruff.
Graham,
At Grim Reaper.
and Ian.
Our chocolate bar 80.
It suits you. That's a problem. You know, maybe you should
Yeah,
take
there's way to believe that. No, it's Nutty Ray.
Nutty Ray. Go find him. Go send him some love and send him scary gifts. Of
Dan's going to
scary
get
video games.
unselected fucking OF picks, and he's going to be like, "Fuck's happened here?" Everybody's thinking they're getting any Ian's DMs, and it's like, disappointed.
They get more what they bargain for.
Just that other bastard who doesn't do his hair and has a shitty beard.
Can't cook.
Right, we will see you next week, 8 p.m. ish for episode 142.
Ish!
And in the meantime, remember,
Be nice.
in my eyes, what do you see? It's a cult.
Cut the
of personality.
personality.
Goodbye, everybody.
Farewell.